Hello, I'm Tamara, and I wanted to share these tips on living a more productive, happy life. I've noticed a lot of friction in my life over the past couple of years, and after doing some research, I found these 9 helpful pieces of advice that took the weight off my shoulders and helped me live my best self. Tip number 1 is to get a planner. Organizing your week on a piece of paper is something tangible that puts all of your due dates and special events into perspective. It can also help you see your off days more clearly so that you can plan lunches with friends or make time to watch that movie you've been putting off. This tip is a major stress reliever, and I'd recommend it to anyone in school or working. I also recommend getting an undated planner so that an empty week does not go to waste. I use the Portage 72-week undated planner that I've received off of Amazon, and I really like it because of the fact that you can just fill in whatever date you need for your particular work week. If you find that you're on vacation or with very small tasks that you don't really need to write down to remember, you can always just put it away and then come back to it when you're ready to start churning out work. I find that I get more work done and I get it done quickly because I know that there's a certain day it's due. And since I can see how much time I have to do it, I can pace myself better. Step number 2 is to clean and organize your workspace. Setting time for cleaning your study desk or your desk at work can make work less stressful. Make sure you're organizing as well, as this prevents you from needing to do another big cleanup in the future. I'd recommend accumulating organizational desk furniture over a couple of months so that you can see what works out and what doesn't for you. You can always find cheaper things at the dollar store or maybe more expensive things that would last longer at your local office store. I find that using the drawers, the pull-out drawers, so that I can store my art supplies works out nicely. I have things to store binders for school, and I've been accumulating these things over the past couple of months, and it's definitely made my desk much easier to clean since everything has its own space, which is really important when it comes to organizing, making sure that everything has its own space. Step number 3, considering your clutter. Getting organized is important, but thinking about what your mess consists of is just as important. If you find yourself with trash bins filled with water bottles, opt for a reusable one. This is the one I use. I actually use a couple of them depending on what I'm drinking, but this one is good for just room temperature water. I bring it to school, and a lot of these have some sort of indication of measurements so that you know exactly how much you're intaking. This one is by Contigo, and I enjoy it a lot, but it's up to you to do your own research on what kind of water bottle will be the best for you since there's so many varieties. But I think that everybody should start with a water bottle and continue thinking about creating less unnecessary waste. By reducing the number of items in your life, it can help feel you less confined. I notice that when I have a lot of garbage in my room that's unnecessary, I feel very claustrophobic. Step number 4, dressing for success. Getting your closet organized and eliminating items in your wardrobe, you can make it look like a more spacious closet. Waking up in the morning and choosing an outfit can be even easier. The paradox of choice states that the more options you have, the more likely you are going to have remorse over your choosing. So having less things to choose from, things that you've already thought about in terms of if they'd work or not in an outfit, or maybe socks or shoes or something like that, can help you get out there and experience your day better without the anxiety of thinking that you look stupid because you just threw something on. Because everything already has value in your mind, since you've organized what you consider to be worthy of being in your closet. Step number 5 is to budget. Creating a budget organizes your finances, from figuring out how much you have in disposable income to meal planning. You can take small or big steps to organizing how much money you're spending/making. It can even help you save for something you've always wanted. I like splitting my checks in half, but I live at home right now, so I don't have to worry about rent or anything like that. just looking at all the aspects in your life and seeing maybe where money doesn't need to go. Maybe you have some sort of subscription that you're paying for that you've noticed that you haven't really seemed to be using. You can get rid of that and just take a look at all the expenses you have in your kind of monthly total of expenses and cutting out things that are unnecessary and even giving more money to things that are important and you should be giving more money to. Step number 6, considering the food that you put in your body. By making healthier choices, your body will reward you with a clearer mind and better self-image. Go for quality food rather than portion, as just eating bad food in small quantities deprives your brain and body of the nutrients it needs. An easy way to start this behavior is to change your snacks. It's really easy to grab just a bag of chips or something that's just sitting there waiting for you, but I feel like making the item, such as cutting up a cucumber or slicing up an apple and putting some peanut butter on it, is going to make you feel more accomplished and make your body feel a lot better. Step number 7, having a hobby. Experimenting with hobbies is a fulfilling way to discover yourself. Pursue knitting or cooking, maybe photography, even collecting stamps or stickers. By having a hobby, you're creating purpose in your life and something to pass time on the slow days. A chance to put a project in your planner. If you're struggling with hobby ideas, I recommend talking to relatives or friends, as they can help you come up with suggestions. And if they're already interested in said thing, you can make it a group event. Tip number 8, work out the relationships in your life. Spending time with friends or loved ones can leave you feeling less alone and bring you energy. As hard as it sounds, repairing old friendships or even apologizing to people in your life can remove a big burden off your chest. It's easier to be kind than hold a grudge. It's really difficult. I've had to do it a couple of times, but this is probably one of the best anxiety relievers in my opinion, because the idea of knowing that you have these friendships or relationships that were broken and everybody has these bad feelings, just repairing that will really make you feel a lot better, like you did a good thing and now you have another person in your life you can count on. And finally, number 9, respecting yourself. Having habits that are proactive and meaningful will improve your self-worth and help you live a happier life. By putting yourself first, you can live your life to the fullest. Those were my 9 tips on how to live a more productive, successful, happy, etc. life. I hope you enjoyed and learned something from watching. Have a nice day.